In a historic engagement, President Barrow was joined by Presidents Macky Sall of Senegal and Umaru Sissoco Embalo of Guinea-Bissau to inaugurate the OMV Substation, one of the 15 major OMVG interconnection substations for electricity generation. On Friday, President Barrow laid the foundation stone for Tough City, a 2-year major project to build a smart city that will be twice the size of Banjul with 5,000 homes and expected to create 60,000 direct jobs. The Gambia Red Cross Society met with survivors impacted by the devastating July 2nd and 7 windstorms that claimed at least 11 lives and left many injured and homeless to discuss and learn lessons from the disaster relief they received. Sofara, a community-based cooperative credit union, held its annual general meeting on Saturday, which coincides with its 10th anniversary. The credit union looked back on its many successes in that decade. The Gambia Chefs Association on Saturday commemorated International Chefs Day to celebrate the profession and appreciate chefs for their constant effort to serve the best food to people. Those were our main headlines. Now the news in detail. Now, President Barrow, joined by Presidents Macky Sall of Senegal and Umaru Sissoco Embalo of Guinea, on Saturday inaugurated the OMV Substation, one of the 15 major OMVG interconnection substations in member countries. As Aliou Cissé reports from Soma, the sub-regional energy project is expected to put an end to electricity problems in large parts of the member countries.
Promoting sub-regional integration and cooperation through energy partnership, the Gambia River Basin Development Organization, better known as the OMVG project, comprises Guinea-Conakry, Guinea-Bissau, Senegal, and the Gambia. The OMV Substation is one of the 15 major OMVG interconnection substations in member countries. The interconnection component of the project is funded at an estimated $722 million. It includes the 1,677-kilometer long line with a transmission capacity of 800 megawatts linked to the Sambangalo Dam in Guinea-Conakry, the main source of power under the project. This OMVG hydroelectrical power station also connects communities from Jarasoma, Lower River region to Brikama West Coast region. This component is expected to be completed by December. The inauguration gathered people from the sub-region and saw President Adama Barrow joined by Presidents Macky Sall of Senegal and Umaru Sissoco Embalo of Guinea-Bissau. President Adama Barrow of the Gambia, who replaced ousted former Guinean President Alpha Condé as the chairperson of the Conference of Heads of State and Governments of the OMVG, laid the foundation stone for the summer project in 2019. He is proud to return to inaugurate the substation on its completion. He believes the project will greatly enhance his government's desire to achieve universal access to energy for all Gambians by 2025.
I am hopeful that its significance and impact will be positively felt and welcome within the sub-region. As a result, its successful completion deserves endorsement and commendation on the African continent. And it should serve as a reference point and source of inspiration and emulation. I am confident that this project will contribute to strengthen our relations and cement the bonds of solidarity among our friendly countries.
The sub-regional energy project will help address the electricity supply challenges in the Gambia with the provision of cheap and clean electricity to all. It comes at a time when the demand for constant electricity supply is increasing among Gambians who have complained of poor availability and high cost of electricity, in addition to lack of universal access. Therefore, the OMVG Interconnection Energy Project is believed to have the potential to address all these challenges. President Macky Sall of Senegal, who had to leave earlier for the African Movie Festival FESPACO in Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso, expressed optimism that the project will have a significant impact on the economic progress of member countries.
Président Barrow, sa liggéey rafet na ndax OMVG ci sa direction mu ngi def réalisation yu mag a mag ligne bi ligne bu am solo la muy ligne bu interconnecté réew yi ba nga xam ne courant bi mën na jógee Sénégal ñëw Gambie dem Guinée-Bissau dem bi Guinée loolu liggéey moo koy def kon jërëjëf.
Umaru Sissoco Embalo, President of Guinea-Bissau, said the project is one key path towards promoting peace, progress and stability.
We are the same people. We have to join this effort and work together for the development and the prosperity of our people. The inauguration of this important energy project is a step in that direction. We shall continue to work, my brother. And sisters, to build peace, stability, and progress for all.
The hydroelectric energy project is funded at a cost of $1.2 billion with the African Development Bank in the lead. Other donors include the French Development Agency, European Investment Bank, Islamic Development Bank, German Development Bank, West African Development Bank, World Bank, and the Kuwait Fund for Arab Economic Development. On behalf of the President of the African Development Bank, Olugbade Mari Laure, praised the cooperation among the donors and OMVG member states for the timely and successful completion of the summer substation project.
Today's event is sufficient evidence of the tireless effort of President Adama Barrow to transform the Gambia energy sector whilst simultaneously strengthening regional integration and trade, including electricity.
Rohi John Manjang, Governor of LRR, Lassana Fofana, High Commissioner of the OMVG, and Olande Mendes Viegas, Chairman, Council of Ministers of OMVG, welcomed the inauguration of the project. Described as a turnaround for the member countries, this project lies at the heart of the industrialization of the member countries as power is key to development. Energy is also part of the 5 flagship programs of the Gambia's Development Blueprint, NDP 2018-2021. Reporting for QTV News from Jara Soma in the Lower River region, I am Aliou Cissé.
President Adama Barrow on Friday laid the foundation stone for Tough City, a 2-year major project to build a smart city that will be twice the size of Banjul, with 5,000 homes and expected to create 60,000 direct jobs. Mobdulamin Choi reports.
President Adama Barrow is laying the foundation stone for a housing project in Gunjur Sifo, which is considered the biggest project undertaken by Tough Africa Global. Tough City will be twice the size of Banjul when completed. To meet modern standards of a city, the Tough Smart City will have 5,000 eco-friendly homes, within which an agricultural value chain, industrial hub for light manufacturing, educational and vocational training facilities, and state-of-the-art sports and recreational facilities, places of worship, commercial centers, and more will be incorporated. To realize his vision to create high-value skilled jobs in line with the National Development Plan, Mustafa Njai announces a mega initiative to be implemented by the Tough Africa Foundation.
Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this opportunity to announce the setting up of a technical training institute under the Tough Africa Foundation to train youths on much needed skills in support of housing development and to support the implementation of the National Development Plan, with particular emphasis on youth unemployment. In this regard, our aim is to partner with government in responding to the growing housing and infrastructure needs of this nation, which today has a youth population in excess of 60% of the total population.
The Tough Africa Global CEO also gives an assurance of those gathered for inauguration that the development of the Tough City is designed for a conducive environment where people can live, work, and play for an excellent quality of life.
As Nelson Mandela said, it always seems impossible until it's done. At Tough Africa Global, we thrive on challenges and following our dreams. We look forward to welcoming you all as residents of Tough City in the very near future.
The 2-year project for the construction of the Tough City will contribute to job creations on a massive scale. It is projected That's 60,000 will benefit from direct employment, while 25,000 will be indirectly employed through collaboration and partnerships. The city is described as the biggest being developed on the continent by Tough Africa Global, which has an excellent record and a presence in 8 African countries.
I would like to make a personal appeal that you help us advocate for the Yaoundé Declaration and affordable housing at the African Union's Head of State Summit. If all governments can resolve to address affordable housing the way we have seen it is demonstrated today here at Tough City.
President Adama Barrow congratulates the Chief Executive Officer of Tough Africa Global, Mustafa Njai, whose work he describes as excellent as an illustrious son of the Gambia, and says the development of Tough City will contribute to the country's development infrastructure as captured in the National Development Plan.
We cannot deny that lifestyles are changing, but there is greater awareness of the importance of healthy lifestyles in clean, safe and eco-friendly environment. It intends to provide an integrated scheme that responds to healthy lifestyles in an environment which is safe, able to provide shelter and has space for agri-business.
The Tough Smart City project is described as not only the biggest by Tough Africa Global, but the biggest on the continent, being fully implemented by a private developer. The foundation stone laying marks another milestone towards the realization of the vision by Tough Africa Global, targeting the construction of 1 million homes between 2018 to 2038. After this foundation stone laying, President Barrow observed his Friday prayers at the Gunjur Mosque, after which he had some interactions with local religious leaders. Mahmoud Lamin Choi, QTV News.
Moving on, the Gambia Red Cross Society Friday held a day-long session with survivors impacted by the devastating July 2nd and 7 windstorms that claimed at least 11 lives and left many injured and homeless. The aim is to discuss the challenges and lessons learned from the disaster relief response rolled out by the GRCS in the aftermath of the incidents. And Sumane Isunyase reports.
Having played a crucial role in providing disaster management and humanitarian services during what was a dire moment for thousands of Gambians, the Gambia Red Cross Society invited victims and leaders of some of the most affected communities to evaluate the impact of their interventions. The meeting also availed beneficiaries an opportunity to share with GRCS officials their views on the cash transfer initiative and recommend possible solutions to address challenges in the various intervention programs. Alassane Senghor, Secretary General of the Gambia Red Cross Society, and Aissatou Diouf, a member of the Disaster Relief Emergency Fund, revealed that the cash support initiative seeks to ensure that beneficiaries can address multiple needs based on their household and personal priorities, and went on to thank their partners for collaborating with them to extend support to victims at the time they say the victims needed it most.
Thank you, Kiumani. I would like to thank also Rotary Club of Banjul. The president is here for the donation, and also the Netherlands Red Cross and the other group that really donated some money. We launched at the beginning Gambia for Gambians. Unfortunately, it yielded very little, but at least we have some money. So I would like to thank those who have donated through the GoFundMe that was launched.
This is a transparency tool that we're doing, where we invite everybody that was part of the process, the beneficiaries, the volunteers, the staffs, the donors, the government representatives, so for everybody to say what you felt about the response. What went well, we commend that. What didn't go well, we give recommendations on how to improve in future similar interventions.
Anna Sirehu, a representative of the International Federation of the Red Cross, and Mustafa Yabo of the Office of the President, respectively, commended the Gambia Red Cross for extending humanitarian support to the victims, and went on to stress the need for improved preparedness and response capacities of both GRCS and disaster-prone communities.
By my colleagues, it's really important today, and I would also share my encouragement to give all your feedback to continue improving our our capacity, our joint capacity to respond to needs.
So it's good practice after the intervention to do these kind of sessions, to look at what had worked and what had not worked, so that we can improve. Whereas this particular meeting is called to look at Red Cross's response.
On behalf of the beneficiary communities, Dembaba Alcalo of Bali Ali Awa and Fatima Kebe of Nungu Kebe thanked GRCS for coming to their aid and gave assurances of their unwavering support to the victims. Other speakers included the Director of Programs and Operations, Abdullah Fai, and Jato S. Silla, President of the GRCS, who underscored the importance of providing support to victims during disasters and commended GRCS volunteers for their selfless service to humanity. Meanwhile, Red Cross officials also revealed that 505 most affected households benefited from the cash transfer program, in which they partnered with Q-Money, the leading mobile money agency in the Gambia, who agreed to conduct the transfers at no cost to the beneficiaries as part of their contribution to the GRCS Disaster Relief Fund initiative. Answane Sonyase for KTV News.
From that story, we will go for a short commercial break. Still to come, we have more stories, to stay tuned.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, Q-Money and RIA just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from RIA directly into your Q-Money account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any Q-Money agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, Q-Power, and other Q-Money services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. Q-Money, Sinu Calpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. Now, so far, a community-based cooperative credit union held its annual general meeting on Saturday, which coincides with its 10th anniversary. In what is regarded as a significant progress, the credit union is reported to have registered a significant rise in membership and total growth in savings, and continues to benefit many financially. Maudula Michoy reports.
The annual general meeting is a key platform that gathers shareholders of the Sofora Cooperative Credit Union for dialogue and informed decision-making. The chairperson of Sofora's Board of Directors, Fatou Koligay, delivers the credit union's activity report, highlighting a growth in savings and membership.
During the period, a net growth of 679 members were registered. Furthermore, the total savings increased from $3,094,060 in December 2016 to $17,939,748 in December 2020, representing a growth rate of 479.8%.
The Registrar of Cooperatives, Abba Sankare, stresses the significance of the annual general meeting for any cooperative, describing it as an opportunity to assess itself and develop a strategic development plan. The cooperatives registrar also confirms the progress made by Sofora and tasks it not to relent in its pursuit in seeking the interests of its members. Delivering remarks on behalf of the General Manager of the National Association of Cooperative Credit Union, NACOC, Yankuba Toure says his office is up to date with developments at Sofora and that the board and management of NACOC are encouraged by the level of progress at the Sofora Credit Union.
You must not rest on your laurels. You must ensure good governance. This will depend on your ability to foster a culture of compliance. A culture of compliance can mean the difference between struggling to stay afloat and thriving.
The theme for this year's annual general meeting is Grow Local, Sustain Local, Credit Union, a bedrock of community development. The guest speaker, Aziz Yankuba Bojang, delves into the role of credit union in the economic development of people and attributes Sofora's progress to its proximity to local communities, local ownership, and local control, which he recognizes as fundamental for sustainable community development initiatives.
Man botay mi suma sohla halis ni because dama bill.
The credit union supported me in the construction of my house. I also have tailoring and food processing businesses, and whenever I have a financial shortfall, Sofora helps me based on the status of my loan.
The general manager of Sofora Cooperative Credit Union, Bakari Bojang, tells us how members benefit from the credit union's facilities, giving examples of some interventions it undertook in 2020.
We have in various ways. We invest in agriculture, those in horticultural gardens. We invest in those that are in pure businesses, in mobile phones, and so on and so forth. When you look at these areas, if you come to and have a 50,000 with Sofora, Sofora is able to multiply that 50,000 for you 3 times, meaning you have a surplus of 100,000 to go and invest in your business.
Sofora is a Jola phrase which means let's join hands and help each other. The credit union started as a solidarity group of wives and newly married wives to support one another to develop a service of income until 2011. Today, it has grown to be a full-fledged cooperative credit union with assets of $27 million, 1,175 members, and 3 branches in the country. Mohamed Lamin Choi, QTV News.
Before we end, here's a recap of our main headlines. In a historic engagement, President Barrow was joined by Presidents Macky Sall of Senegal and Umaru Sissoco Embalo of Guinea-Bissau to inaugurate the Soma Substation, one of the 15 major OMVG interconnection substations for electricity generation. On Friday, President Barrow laid the foundation stone for Tough City, a 2-year major project to build a smart city that will be twice the size of Banjul with 5,000 homes and expected to create 60,000 direct jobs. The Gambia Red Cross Society met with survivors impacted by the devastating July 2nd and 7 rainstorms that claimed at least 11 lives and left many injured and homeless to discuss and learn lessons from the disaster relief they received. Sofora, a community-based cooperative credit union, held its annual general meeting on Saturday, which coincides with its 10th anniversary. The credit union looked back on its many successes in that decade. The Gambia Chefs Association on Saturday. Well, that's it from me in today's Midday News. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.